Hello there, my name is Michelle. I'm a personal trainer and yoga teacher in the Boston area. And in this video, I'm going to share with you a short workout using the yoga ball and a light to medium set of weights. We're going to start with a nice warm up, and then we'll start to head into some nice core work, get the arms nice and strong, and finish up with a little bit more core and stretching. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Make sure you get a nice clear space. I've got my weights set up here. I've got my ball, and I've got my mat. So making sure that you're clear of anything that you might trip on, go ahead and lift up your ball and step your feet nice and wide. So you can see my feet are a little bit wider than my ball, and this is going to help me to find my balance. Now as I work into my squat, you're going to hold the ball out in front of your shoulders, sit those hips back, and then as you stand up, you're going to reach the ball up overhead. Keep that chest up, lower that ball right in front of your chest, your heart, and then push it back up again. Staking your butt back so there's that counter weight of your hips moving back as you reach the ball forward and extend it up. We'll do this 5 more times, squeezing your glutes as you push that way up. Again, squeeze your butt in tight as you push down through your heels. Great, let's just do 2 more. An extra one is always good. All right, then we'll go ahead and hold the ball right out in front of us. Bend your knees, and your knees and your toes are pointing out in that same direction. So making sure the knees are stacked over the heels, the tips of the knees are pointing out. Hold that ball out in front of you, and I want you to keep your hips centered. Belly pulling in tight. We're going to do a little twist over from side to side. And you can let the elbows bend a little bit so the arms don't have to be perfectly straight. And gradually you start to feel the muscles warm up. You can take this movement a little bit faster. Maybe creating a little bit more of a deeper movement side to side. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the center, step your feet in. So now the feet are hip width apart. We're going to reach the ball up overhead. You really have to wrap one hand, each hand on each side of the ball. We're going to find a high knee. You're going to lower the knee, or lower the ball to the knee as you lift up. Reach it up, and we'll just go side to side here. Whew. Again, a little bend in those elbows. Almost like you're pulling down with the elbows. You can squeeze the ball to start to activate the pectoral muscles. So you can feel the whole body working here. Nice light step as you lift one knee, then the other. Almost there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great, let's lower the ball all the way to the floor. Whew, give those arms a little break. You're going to step your feet out nice and wide again. Let those toes spin out just a little bit towards the sides, not too much. We're going to find a lateral lunge with a twist. So bending your right knee, you're going to push with the left hand the ball away, and the right hand is going to reach back behind you. And then you're going to come back to the center, pulling the ball back in. And then over to the other side, pulling that ball back in, and reach. And reach. Finding that twist. Pushing through your feet, sending those hips back. Core is tight so that you're hinging at the hips, not rounding. You don't want to round like this to make it happen, but rather keep the chest lifted and push and push. Ground down through your feet. Almost there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to your center. All right, so stepping those feet back in, we're feeling nice and warmed up. We're gonna get right into the core. So go ahead and set that ball up behind you. Finding for a moment just to sit up nice and tall And before we lay back, we're going to come and work at the front of the abdomen. And what I want you to make sure is that your shoulders and your ears stay connected. So it's not a neck crunch, because this happens a lot with my clients. The head kind of goes up and down. We want to keep the chin, the spine neutral, and that means the chin is just slightly down, kind of like you're holding a little mandarin orange, right? You don't want to tuck it too much, but right up nice and long so the spine is long. And we're going to use the option of crossing the hands right in front. So go ahead and lower back. You want the ball to be right in the middle of your back. So now as you go ahead, you're going to do just a little movement. It's not a big movement. You want to keep those hips lifted so the back of the body is turned on, chin is slightly tucked. And you want to think of really just pulling those ribs down to the hips as those hips lift up to the ribs. Keeping those hips lifted for 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to lift and squeeze. Now we're going to add a twist. You're going to twist towards the right, back to the center, to the left, back to the center. You can crunch like you're pulling that right rib down to your hip, then your left rib, really squeezing that waistline nice and tight. Keep pressing through those feet. Don't let those hips get sag. This is our first round. We're going to do these exercises 2 times, doing 2 sets, 2 rounds. Ah, nice. Starting to feel that good burn. Last one. And then we'll come and roll forward a little more. So now the ball is going to support your upper shoulders and your head, right? This means you really have your low back, your mid back is lifted. We're doing a glute bridge. Take your hands to your hips. We're going to do a little lower and push it up. So just a little down and then push it back up, squeezing your glutes. Keep your knees centered right over your heels. So right here, you're going to feel that tush, that butt muscle really fire up. Keeping that stability with the block there, with the ball behind you. Nice, we're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to roll back again so the ball comes to the middle of the back. This means the shoulder blades are not resting on there. The chin is slightly down. Cross the hands in front of you, and then we'll find that lift. Just starting with the center for about 10. And it's a little pulse, or really rather not a pulse, but a little movement. So again, you're not going all the way back. You're really kind of lifting and lowering. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we add that twist to the right and the left. Right, squeezing that waistline, feeling that rib squeeze up to the hips. Ribs squeezing down, hips squeezing up. Whew. Ready for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, to your bridge. Roll that ball to support the head, the shoulders, and now you got to really lift the back up. And you can take your hands to your back and just really feel how there should be that little divot right where the spine hugs in. And you should feel how it kind of tucks in. Those muscles around it are really supporting. Your glutes are firm, your hips are lifted. Now we're ready to move, okay? So lift and lower. It's good to just hold it for a moment there. But now we get that little action, that little lift and lower. Keep breathing. Driving down through the heels to lift those hips. Ready for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. That really wakes up the butt, the glutes, right? The glutes and the butt can kind of become a sleepy muscle, and that's really common. So this is really great for waking it up. So now we're going to come to a seated position. We're going to start with the biceps. So you might have a 5-pound weight. You can always explore what works for you, especially if you're getting into your workout.
So knees stacking over the heels. You're sitting up nice and cool, and your core is really warmed up, so you can really feel those muscles now as they're activated and ready to hug in towards the body. All right, we're gonna let those weights come to the front, so your elbows are at this 90-degree bend, palms face up, and you're just gonna pull that weight up and lower it down. It comes just above the thigh, and then back up to your shoulders. So we wanna hug those elbows in, lift up through the chest, and stay long through the back of the neck and shoulders. This really forces you to get that good posture. Let's do this here. We got 5 more. 4, 3, squeeze it up. 2, last one, squeeze. We're going to lower the weights just to about a 90-degree angle, so your wrists are right in front of your elbows. Make sure there's no kink in the wrist. They're nice and flat and strong. Elbows hug in, chest lifted. Pull those shoulder blades back, and we're going to pulse a little up and a little down. A little up and a little down. Material not suitable for children. Sorry about that. Music coming on. Bluetooth speakers in my house, sometimes they have a mind of their own, right? Nice, a little up and a little down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. So now we're going to work into the shoulders. With the shoulders, they're a little bit more of a delicate muscle, so I recommend dropping the weight a little bit lower. Again, you know you. Now sitting up tall, feet firmly planted on the ground with the knees right over the heels, lifting up through the spine. We're going to take those elbows wide into a goal post. Try to make sure those elbows are in line with your shoulders, and then your knuckles are right over the elbows. And again, we don't want the wrists to bend down. We want them to be nice and straight. All right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to squeeze it in and open it up. Squeeze it in, open it up. Elbows hugging in. You want to really keep those shoulder blades down the back. We're going for high rep here. About 15. We got 10, well, about 8 more, so 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to hold it out. We're going to lower the elbows down by your sides now. So we're going to do something a little different. Your elbows are right by your sides, and then you're going to bring the arms out, elbows out, and in. So a little different. The elbows never lift higher than the shoulders. You keep those shoulders down the back, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Always feels good to get those arms and shoulders nice and sculpted. Nice. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, lower it down. All right, I'm going to turn to my side for this next one. We're going to do a tricep kickback. So you're going to need to lean forward a little bit, but I don't want you to round in your back or overarch in your back and pop your ribs out. I want you to keep those ribs hugging in, keep the core tight by pulling the navel back to the spine as you lean forward just a little bit. Now, pinch and squeeze the shoulder blades together, hug those elbows in by your ribs, and you're going to extend it back and in, back and in. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. And make sure your neck is long. So your gaze, now as you get more comfortable with what you're doing, your gaze is on the floor just a little bit out in front of you. So a few inches out in front of you so your back, your neck is long. We're not tensing in the neck and the shoulders. All right, last one, we're going to push it back. And now we're going to do a little rotation. So you're going to turn the palms down, then turn the palms up. Turn the palms down, turn the palms up. Whew. This one's going to get you. So again, make sure your core is tight. Don't let go of that. Don't forget about that. Keep your collarbone nice and lifted. We're going for 5, 4, 3, 2, whew, and 1. Those arms are feeling nice and toasty and warm. So now we're going to get back to the biceps. So go ahead, put down that lighter weight, switch it out for your heavier weight. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Connect with that core. Think of really lifting the pubic bone up towards the navel and then the navel towards the spine. Shoulders are over your hips. And now we'll do that, the bicep curl. Elbows are right underneath the shoulders. Really think of hugging those elbows in, squeezing those shoulder blades in and down. Second round, you're going to feel it more. That's why we do it twice. Really get those muscles good and cooked here. Whew. Nice work. We got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, get ready. Last one. We're going to lift those weights right out in front of the elbows like you're holding a platter right in front of you. Soft grip with the fingers, and we'll just do that little up and just a little bit down, squeezing every last little bit of juice out of those biceps. Look at those biceps. They're looking nice and strong. Shoulders over elbows, chest lifted, core tight for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Let go of those weights and grab those lighter weights. All right, second time around, you kind of know what's coming up. We get that goalpost arms, shoulders down the back, crown of your head reaching towards the sky. We're just going to wrap those arms in. Trying to squeeze the elbows and forearms together. And it's okay if they don't touch. If they do, it can feel really good to really spread those shoulder blades apart. We're getting some nice rotation around this shoulder joint and really strengthening all the muscles right around the shoulders. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now when you're ready here, we're going to lower those elbows down, chest up, collarbone wide, elbows out. So try to keep those weights right in line with the elbow, keeping that nice 90-degree bend with the arm right at the elbow. Squeeze the belly in tight. The elbows don't have to come any higher than the shoulders. Ready? We're almost there for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, lower it down. Now ready for that tricep? Again, I'm just turning to my side for view. So we want to pull the belly in tight, hinge from the hips. You only lean forward just a few inches. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Elbows reach towards the back of the room and extend those arms back. Nice. Get that full reach so you're not shortening it. Sometimes the muscles want to, don't want to go that last little bit of that range, but find that full push and extension back. Squeezing those nice tricep muscles and creating those nice sculpted arms. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it. Now rotate. Palms up, palms down. And finding that full rotation. Palms up, palms down as you hold those arms back there in space. Woo, feeling every little muscle light up into your body. Into your arms up to your shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. All right, let's go ahead. We're done with this sequence. You can stand up and lower those weights down. And now we're going to come to stand in front of the ball. We're going to do a little bit of stretching before our final push here, okay? So with the ball in front of you, you're just going to step your right foot back and lower your right knee down. Now just to kind of slide the ball out of the way, I want you to see where my left knee is. It's right over my heel, right? My hips are turning straight ahead. Now I'm going to slide that ball forward. So it's kind of right up against that right thigh, and I'm able to sit up a little bit taller. And you want to squeeze this right butt cheek to open the front of this right hip. So you can squeeze this butt cheek, and then you can start to lean and kind of push the hips forward till you're feeling the stretch, whatever that is for you. Sometimes that's kind of back here if you're really tight, or maybe you come forward a little bit. But make sure you're not just sagging into the hips, you're creating integrity by squeezing that right glute. Yeah, you're sitting up nice and tall. This ball kind of helps you to remind you to sit up tall, lengthen down through this to the tail, up to the crown of the head. There's that hip flexor, and that works all the way down through the front of the quad here, which gets really tight. Now we're going to find the hamstring stretch. So you're going to push the ball forward. You're going to straighten that left leg. I'm just moving this out of the way so you can see my leg is straight. Okay, if you're tight here, bend the knee, because this can be a really tough place. Lifting the toes and activate the foot, and then you let that ball reach out in front of you. Keep thinking of reaching those hips back as you stretch your hands forward, and the hands are right on top of the ball, creating a slight pressure downward. Right now we're going to roll the ball in. You can bend the knee and bring your hips forward, and then push those hips back. Again, pull it back in, push it back, lift the toes. Again, back in, push it back. So this is a nice dynamic stretch. It's going to get our body ready for what's next. Last one. And then we'll come on back. So second side, you can step that right foot forward, making sure your knee is right over your heel, sitting up nice and tall. Let's stretch out that left hip flexor. So squeeze your left butt cheek tight, like you're pinching your butt cheeks together essentially. You're lifting up through your chest, you're lengthening down, and taking some nice deep breaths here. Really allow the breath to be nice and big. This helps to release the hip flexors. They connect up into your diaphragm, believe it or not. So your whole body is connected. And we always hear that. All right, now we're going to find the hamstring stretch. You're going to straighten the right leg, lift the toes, push the ball away, keep lengthening your hips back. All right, it can be a little balance challenge, so just take a moment to find your place. Lift and spread those toes, reaching your big toe mound forward. All right, now ready, we're going to find that stretch back to your lunge as you pull the ball in, and then exhale as you push the ball away. We'll do that a few more times. Lift it up, push it away. Lift it up, and push it away. Nice. Just move with the breath. Exhale as you fold. Inhale to lift the chest. One more time. Exhale. Inhale. All right, now bring that knee back underneath you. Both knees are on the floor, and your ball is going to come close. You want you to place your hands right on top of the ball. And I want you to press down gently to really create a firmness in the ball, and then you're also going to get a nice stretch for your shoulders. As you roll the ball away, your hips move back. Your head can kind of come down to tap the ball, and then you come back up again, pulling the ball to your hips, and squeeze your butt nice and tight. So you, again, open the front of those hips. Reach it forward, pull it back, reach it forward, pull it back in. Let's do two more. Squeeze your butt, especially as you push those knees and lift the chest. And we'll finish right here. Now we're going to come and find some core work, some upper body strength. So elbows to the ball. We're getting ready for that plank position. Now this can be done if you want to lean forward, right? Or you can come up onto your toes, lifting those knees. Now here we're just going to hold it steady, and then we're going to bring your knee towards the ball. Whew. Right and then left. I'm struggling here just to hold my space. So you don't have to lift it super far. Sometimes just kind of tapping the foot up off the ground and feeling that weight transfer as your body fights and fights with all its might to stay steady on this ball, because you don't want to fall. Try not to let those hips lift too much. I saw mine lifting, so I'm gonna lower my hips, pull my belly in tight, almost there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, lower the knees down. Sit up, squeeze your butt cheeks, lift up through your head, press down as you push that ball away. Flat back, so you don't have to go all the way. Try to let the head come between those arms. Use that core, hug your belly in as you pull those hips under your ribs, squeezing the butt 2 more times. Last one, we're gonna come up. We're gonna do that same one, elbows to the ball. And then again, it's just a lifting one leg, one foot, then the other. And if you're not ready for it, if you're feeling unstable, keep both feet on the ground or knees on the ground, all right? So when you're ready, just lifting and lowering. Again, you can lift, you can bring the knee towards the ball. If you wanna get fancy, keeping those elbows as best as you can under your shoulders. Fight with all your might, just to not fall over. Belly in tight for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, that takes a lot of concentration just to make sure you don't fall over. All right, now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna come onto our back. Final set of exercises. This first one is another variation of bridge. So I'm going to give you the first exercise and then, offer that progression. So one is just to lift those hips up. You can straighten the legs and hold it here. This might be where you're at, or you can pull that ball in and slide that ball out. And you can see I'm flexing my ankles, lifting and spreading my toes. And I'm lifting, I'm squeezing my butt, I'm firming up my legs nice and tight. Pressing through those elbows. Doesn't matter how high your hips are, but get those hips up off the ground. Get the low back up off the ground. No sagging here. Nice and tight. We're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So for that one, that's not one of my favorite ones, but I know it's good for me. I can feel the back of my legs light up, my hamstrings, my calf muscles start to really hug in. And when we wake up these muscles, it's really, really going to benefit our body a lot in how we walk and move in life. So now we're going to go ahead, we're going to grab the ball with your feet. All right, 1 foot on each side. You're just going to keep your head and shoulders on the ball. You can reach your arms up or keep your arms even by your sides, and you're going to lower it up and down. So no lifting the head and shoulders, but you really got to keep the back pulling towards the ground. So don't let the back arch as you lower the ball towards the floor, right? It's a kind of a small movement. You're keeping the knees bent. You're not straightening the legs. Really trying to lift that low belly up and maybe even imagining you're getting that tail up off the ground just for a minute, a millisecond, I should say. Ready? We're going to do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and whoa, what, I got it. I almost lost my ball. All right. Place that ball back on the floor. Set your legs back on top of that ball. And again, arms by your sides. Lift those hips, bend the knees, roll it out. 2, 3. Again, we're working into these high reps. We're going to try to go for 15. And then let's do a little hold at the end. Why not? Right? We've come this far. All right, we got 5 more. 4, 3. Keep those hips up. 2 and 1. Lift and hold. Lift, lift, lift. Press, press down through those arms. Press down through those heels. Lift and spread those toes. Whew. And let the hips come down. Nice. Let's go ahead and grab the ball with those feet. Hugging the ball right on either side. You really gotta use these leg muscles this is going to work into your pelvic floor. So right off the bat, I can feel my low back wants to pop up off the ground. So I'm going to pull my belly, my navel to my spine. I'm going to pull my back to the floor. Arms are going to stay by my sides, head and shoulders resting to the floor. So we're not using our neck and shoulders. That's what I like about this core exercise here. So we don't have to use those neck and shoulders. We can really focus on not the hip flexors doing the work, not the neck doing the work, but really feeling those low belly lift up and in. So think of pulling pubic to navel, pubic bone up to the navel. Try to get that tail lifted for that millisecond. Ready, we're almost there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Let's let go of that ball. Slide that ball off to the side. We're basically all done here. Let's just stretch those legs out nice and long. Stretch your arms out nice and long. Let yourself get longer and longer and taller and taller. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out your mouth. Well done, everyone out there. I encourage you to keep stretching, keep moving. I hope you enjoyed this workout. And please always comment. Let me know how you feel, how your body feels. And take care. Have a great day.